Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, welcome to Dentistry Gone Wild, the official podcast of mobile and teledentistry. I'm so excited to be here again, bringing you one of our amazing episodes. And yes, today we have a very special guest, don't we, Melissa?
Oh, we think they're all special, but this one is a
Okay.
treat for you. And I can tell you that already, having just met her. Guys, girls, this is going to be an amazing, amazing podcast. But first of all, Sonya, thank you for being here with me. Thank you for co-hosting these amazing podcasts. I just love it. And thank you to all the listeners who are just rocking it. You know, we get emails and texts and
Yeah.
phone calls and DMs and PMs and whatever you call them these days. But thank you for reaching out. Thank you for recommending people to be on the show and for your comments and your questions. We love you all. And thank you to all the guests who have been on as well. I think we're reaching, the 40s and podcast number somewhere along
Yay.
there. So that's an amazing thing. And thank you too to Sodium Dental, who is our sponsor, one of the sponsors for the podcast. They do amazing things in technology, which we love. We love technology. Okay, so here we go. Today, everyone, we're so excited to introduce you to Jill Obrochta, who is working wonders and moving mountains in OSHA, HIPAA, and much, much, much more. She'll have to tell you about the goddess party that she just had because that is amazing. Jill, thank you for being here.
Oh my goodness, Sonya and Melissa, thank you both. I just feel so honored to be in the presence of two dynamic healthcare professionals. And I'm really glad to be on your show. So thank you very much. Yeah, we'll talk about some OSHA, some HIPAA, some goddess party stuff. It sounds great.
So now, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
well, Jill, I'm just curious about your background. I know right now you're best known for the OSHA and HIPAA and maybe some stress relief things, but can you tell us how you got started in dentistry and what made you who you are today?
Oh, sure. I'd love to. So I'm a hygienist from way back when. And, I think I fell in love with compliance and OSHA by accident. So somewhere back in early 90s, late 80s, I was a hygienist practicing in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And that was about the time that there was a dentist in South Florida. You may remember the story. He was presumed to be opening his bloodstream during dental injections. So consequently, 9 of his patients come ill with the AIDS virus. So this is a very delicate time in dentistry, even more fragile in South Florida. And I am 10 miles from that epicenter practicing dentistry, but also running a study group for doctors, for dentists on OSHA. So I said to my boss, what are we going to do? And he said, we're going to give them what they want. We're going to study this and we're going to work with the CDC. So at that time, you may know Dr. John Molinari. He's the godfather of infection control, and he runs like an infection control boot camp every year through OSAP. And he become one of my close friends and just really treasured mentors. So I think I was at ground zero. And at that exact summer when that happened, I was able to work closely with the CDC, study infection control really from the ground up when we started having to wear gloves and masks and see, I'm dating myself. And then I was able to help all those dentists in my study club. And I went on to just fall in love with researching and developing OSHA and HIPAA products. And here I am. So we have a really nice program. And I run a company now for making OSHA and HIPAA compliance easy. You know, all the accoutrements, everything you need. So I have a team of women who they're former dental professionals like assistants and hygienists, and they call and mentor our teams across the country. And we send out all the books and manuals and forms, and we provide access to the training videos. And ta-da, you have a comprehensive OSHA and HIPAA program. It's called OSHA and HIPAA Made Easy by Dental Enhancements. And that's what I do. That's my story. Yeah.
Wow. That's very, thank you for sharing that with us. And truly you were right at a time when it kind of broke wide. Now, see, you were able to go through 2 big times in dentistry.
Yeah.
The AIDS pandemic was horrible. I think I was still in dental hygiene school when that was outbreaking. But now you're able to go through that, and you're able to go through the pandemic with COVID. So
Yes.
I know that you were inundated with thousands of phone calls as to how dentistry was going to handle that. And so how did you handle that next step in your career?
Oh, well, Sonia, after I kind of got out from underneath my desk, crying, kicking, and screaming, because I knew
Like all of us were, right?
right, we had to rewrite everything. I mean, all of the books got rewritten. So whatever you had for an OSHA or HIPAA manual, any of your employee forms, everything got rewritten. So I am so lucky that I guess I'm a compliance geek and I'm friends with OSHA inspectors, and
Thank
I sit
you
on
for
a
doing
few
that.
woo, and I sit on a few boards for HIPAA, laws, and we just got busy. So I have to say, my dear friend, OSHA inspector here in Tampa, Florida, he would call me, text me every day. I mean, we spent hours just kind of sifting through the laws and making it fit dentistry. And then my legal team would, make sure it was perfect. But wow, I mean, he would send me bouquets, little bouquets of bursting flowers, like, thanks for all you do, because it was something that we knew was needed in this niche, in this area for dental professionals. So it was a lot of dedication and hours and tears and getting it together. And I really am so blessed that I went through my first ground zero experience, because it just helped you to just, see forward and just keep looking through the windshield, not in the rear view mirror, right? The rear view mirror helps, but looking forward, knowing where we're going. And even these last few weeks, every week, every month, everything's changing as we're coming COVID into hopefully post COVID, right? All these laws are shifting. I'm just learning to go with the shift. It's not the chaos, it's how you respond.
There you go. I love that. It's not the chaos, it's how you respond. Well,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you so much for did you call yourself a nerd, or what did you say?
A compliance geek. A
Geek.
compliance
Okay.
geek.
I didn't want
Yeah.
to put words in your mouth, but
Same
thank
thing.
you for being a
Yeah.
self-called reliance geek, because it takes the pressure off of us. It takes the
Yeah.
pressure off of the practice owners, the business
Yes.
owners, the
Yeah.
clinicians. I do have to say though, there is something really satisfying about getting a nice, fresh OSHA manual that you open up, right? And you get to fill in all
Oh,
the
this is geek
dates
talk
that
right here. This is geek
you
talk.
know, there is something
Melissa
really,
is
really
really a
refreshing
geek.
about
She
that.
reads everything. Melissa reads. Listen, you met your spirit person here, because Melissa reads the directions on everything, small print, and she just loves that. So you two can keep that, because I'm going to look at the pictures and I'm going to figure it out. I don't want to read it because I'm just going to get confused. But
Hey, we do the best of both worlds. So for you who wants to fill it out, we're right there with you, girl. And then, we also have checklists. So we always sandwich in 2 mentoring appointments. So you do a little bit with us, you have a checklist, and then we check your homework. But hey, that compliance manual being filled in is the best thing, because it's the first thing the inspector looks for. Way better than like the cellophane still on it and you're blowing off the dust, like, whoops, we're in some trouble now, right? So yeah, Melissa, that's super cool that you dig that. But we like to work with people that either love it or hate it. I think my coaches like even more if you don't like it so much, because we make it streamlined and easy. Isn't that what we want? Right? You want to have someone on your team that's kind of in the background looking out for you. And we do that year after year. So I'm a hygienist. So you have a recare appointment for next year, so that we're always there every year with you for your OSHA HIPAA update. Woo! So it works out good.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Now let's go ahead and jump right into the meat of things. We are mobile teledentistry. And some people think it's just a new thing, but we know who've been in this for a while that mobile teledentistry has been around for a long time. And there's been mobile clinicians going into public health, going into workplace and different things like that for a while. But do you have something, or is there something on the books for mobile and teledentistry, for mobile dentistry as far as HIPAA is concerned? For vans, for people checking stuff in, manually carrying stuff in. How does that look?
So exciting. I'm so inspired And several years ago, I really saw an influx of mobile clients to dental enhancements for our OSHA Made Easy and HIPAA Made Easy products. But, I have big books. How are you going to carry that into a van, right? So I know you have home headquarters, but what happens and how can you access things? So we are creating electronic manuals and forms and everything for mobile dentistry. So with regards to HIPAA, I think just making sure if you're a dental professional working in mobile dentistry, whether you're an owner, especially if you're an owner, but even if you're working for a mobile dentistry unit, it's important to understand in your workspace, on your laptop, encryption is important. Encryption on the computer, encryption for email. Your data backup should be cloud backup. Even these manuals and forms, everything for employees should also be secure, right? Security and privacy. That's what HIPAA is. OSHA's employee safety and HIPAA's privacy and security. So even though it's very similar, there are some nuances, and we just sort of made sure that we could get the right kind of a peg in the right kind, right? Square peg, square hole for mobile dentistry. So we're really excited to be able to launch our new program for mobile dentistry at Dental Enhancements.
That is amazing. That is amazing. I like that. Thank you. So go ahead, Melissa.
It's a whole different ball game. I mean, Sonya, you know this as a practice owner. It's a whole different ball game when you even have to think about lugging around a big binder when you're already lugging around hundreds of pounds, or just the fact that some of the compliance recommendations are going to be different if you're going into an offsite location versus staying right in your fixed dental practice. And so Jill, thank you, and thank you to the team for putting this together. I'm excited to see it. Obviously, I'm excited to experience it.
Yeah, and it's growing and evolving. Understanding what to do with PPE and disposing of your waste and just making sure your vehicle's safe, your uniforms. It can be overwhelming, and you want to do the right things, as far as OSHA and HIPAA. So, my team is just so passionate about it. And for us, it's a joy where if you're a practice owner, of a mobile unit, you have so much else to think about. It's just like a sigh of relief, like, oh, good. We have the OSHA and HIPAA tooth fairies there for us to help. So, we'll just wave our magic wands, and you put in a little bit of time to customize your stuff, but it's just like, whew, feels a lot better when someone's on your side.
Absolutely. Well, Jill, we appreciate you sharing that information with us and with our audience. But one thing I want to ask you, will you be at the conference in March? Because people need hands-on, upfront OSHA and HIPAA training. We need to bring that to the mobile intelligentistry world and the medical collaboration as well. So we want to get all that under one umbrella. So will you be at our event in March?
What I love about your Vegas event is that not only can we be there as far as just representing, but I'd love to be able to speak to mobile dentistry, healthcare workers and owners so that, this message, we can spend a little bit more time and kind of massage it and understand it and really just kind of have some ahas together so that your attendees can take home some really awesome mobile dentistry, OSHA, and HIPAA designed solutions. I think that's my goal, is for next March, Vegas, baby.
Vegas, baby. There we go. Well, Jill, we love you. We love what you're doing. Thank you so much for being on the show. Sonya, do you want to wrap?
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for listening to our show. Please click, like, and share this video on all of your social platforms, and continue to watch our podcast every Monday as we continue to bring you the latest and greatest in mobile intelligentistry. Thank you for being here. We look forward to seeing each and every one of you in March of 2022 in Vegas, baby. In Vegas, baby.
Woo-hoo! Thanks for having me.
Go home. So don't stay home. Come on to Vegas and be big with us. We're excited about it. Thank you.
Hey, thanks so much, ladies, for having me. And one more message: stay happy, stay healthy, stay compliant.
Love it. Love it. Oh,
compliant.
See you all next time.
Geek.